My people, we don settle. Northerners don talk say Tinubu, dis fight no be their fight o. But since when Tinubu talk say he wan go fight Niger by fire by force, dem go show Tinubu say na dem put Tinubu for dat position. Say the southeast no be say dem wan vote for Tinubu, but dem na im put Tinubu for dat position. And if Tinubu talk say he wan pay dem with dis, then they go enter battle trouser together with Tinubu. My people, e don settle. As I dey talk to una so, e don happen, my people. Now, the Northerners eyes finally open o. Northerners now na come dey give Tinubu woto. Northerners na come dey hold Tinubu for neck o, dey hold am for waist to dey talk say Tinubu. My people never reach 3 months o. Na Northerners na come dey drag Tinubu. My people, the matter don pass the way we take dey use that take dey see am o. This matter don go another level o. E be like say the Northerners now wan come dey take exactly step wey be say the Niger people take. My people, make una go watch video, make una hear wetin the Northerners leader talk. Wetin dem talk, my people, the North people don talk say now dem no go carry matter dey go court o. Dem wan handle this matter wey dey for ground, because na dem share border together with Niger, and dem and Niger don dey live peaceful before Oga Tinubu become president. So make una go hear from Northerners people, my people.
Ecowas and Nigeria is a signatory to the Constitutive Act of Ecowas on coups and military interventions in the region.
Right. So he's sounding like he's answerable more to ECOWAS than to Nigerians. We in Nigeria, 78% of the landmass of Nigeria, 7 states and 19 states in this country are saying no to an unprovoked war with Niger. It's not ECOWAS. His primary responsibility is to Nigerians, not to ECOWAS. He's not convinced us why he should send boots to the ground in Niger Republic. And for goodness sake, where are you going to get the troops from? The Nigerian military is stretched all across, deployed all across the 36 states of this country. Where is he going to get the troops from? Is he going to pull troops from the northwest, or the northeast, or the southeast? The only place there is some leeway is the southwest. And that will be a small number of troops. And he should be very, very careful. That is what I wrote there. He's going to do the bidding of the Western world. The fight in Niger is not our fight. It is going to be a proxy war between Russia and NATO. And this is what concerns me the most. We have been surrounded by countries now where you're having this proxy war between these two countries. And we're going to do their bidding. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not even settled down. He doesn't even have his team, and he's declaring war without consulting the people, without the consent of the people.
Okay.
No, we say no to war, and we're not going to support any war.
Okay, I get your point. You had a number of recommendations, one of which is that diplomacy should be the best option. Where that diplomacy, as ECOWAS chair, President Tinubu had liaised with President Patrice Talon of Republic of Benin. He was the first person to go there. President Idris Deby of Chad was also sent there. The chief of air staff of Nigeria and the former governor of Katsina State, Aminu Masari, and one other were also sent there. They didn't make progress. Only this week, General Abdul Salami Abubakar and the Sultan were also sent, as a delegation, as part of a delegation, to talk to the coup leaders. In fact, they were not even granted the audience. So that diplomatic option has been pursued. It has failed. Are you suggesting that if the other ECOWAS chiefs, ECOWAS presidents, now that their army chiefs have met, if they decide to go ahead, Nigeria should just pull out? How would that make us look?
No, I'm saying if they decide to go, that will be wrong decision. And if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu takes the decision as the chairman of ECOWAS to go to war, he's doing that on his own.
No, but I'm saying that it's
We
not
are not
a
doing
unilateral,
it
it's
for
not a
him.
unilateral
No, no.
decision.
No.
It's a group decision.
No. Nigeria, no. No. Nigeria is Nigeria. And he is governing 200 million people. We have to give him approval to do that, even if he's the chairman of ECOWAS. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is more relevant to us than being the chairman of ECOWAS. We that know are telling him things that his advisors will not tell him, that going to war, sending troops into Niger Republic will be a disaster, unprovoked. We have had our own share of military takeovers in Nigeria. Nobody sent troops to us. What of Mali? What of Guinea? What of Burkina Faso? What of that Chad? That was the place where the French president was there babysitting the current president. Nobody sent troops there. We need to be very, very careful. Is there an internal problem? And we should be able to help them. And the reason why we are saying negotiations do not help, at the very beginning, you are putting on the table the threat of violence, the threat of force, and you're asking the other party to listen to you. You have brought your last trump card at the very beginning. That's no way to do it. And it's showing the inexperience of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the international scene. He has not been properly advised. He does not have his team to advise him properly. You do not do that. Okay, let's say you roll in your tanks, if you have them, into Niger Republic. What do you do? What do you do? You install Bazoum by force and you stay there and keep him by force? We have seen the United States going to Iraq, going to Afghanistan, saying they are going to bring democracy. Yeah, where are they now? We need to be very, very, very careful. Military option is not the option. We have to. My recommendations are, first of all, take that threat of violence off the table, because that is what is making them more entrenched into their positions. That's why they refuse to see our elders. You are saying you're going to hit them and you're going to talk to them. Why are you here then? Take the threat of violence off the table. Start serious and sincere negotiation. And most importantly is, how are you going to help them solve this problem, which is an internal problem? By solving this problem is that, how are we going to do it? What is going to happen to Bazoum? The safety of Bazoum and his family must be paramount. What is going to happen after that? What do Nigerians want? Do we want this military for how long? How can we pressure, the ECOWAS and the international community, pressure the junta to have a timetable to transition to a democratic rule as soon as possible, without the threat of violence? And essentially, ECOWAS has declared war. They have closed borders. They have closed airspace. They have President Bola Ahmed Tinubu unilaterally broke the treaty between Nigeria and Niger that was signed in 1960, that Nigeria will be supplying Niger Republic with electricity. Nigeria currently supplied 70% of electricity to Niger Republic. In exchange, Niger Republic will not dam River Niger upstream. If they dam River Niger upstream, we'll all be dry. We won't have Kainji Dam. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu unilaterally, without reverting to the Congress, broke that treaty. Now the capital, Niamey, is in darkness. And you are saying we are going to... This is a country that has 40% of its budget is foreign aid. Biden sanctions, you close their borders, no-fly zone, you close, you cut electricity.
Well,
what is at stake is more than just what we see.
Well,
we don't understand. The president needs to be properly briefed. And he isn't. He doesn't look like he is.
Prof, well, except that in war, all is fair, as in love. So if we cut off their electricity, it may not hurt us significantly. We get 85% of electricity supply in Nigeria from thermal stations. Igbin, Geregu, Afam, Omotosho, all those stations are thermal stations. Kanji, Shiruru, and Jeba are the ones that depend on hydro. So even if they dam, the river Niger, we'll still be fine, I guess. if we put our hearts together. But you were saying that President Tinubu wants to go to war so as to give his government legitimacy. What is the connection?
Absolutely. Very important connections. So President Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his election is contested, is still in court. There's legitimacy issues nationally and internationally. And for him now, he's the ECOWAS chairman. Of course, it gives him that chair, but still, the elephant in the room is the election is still contested in court. Well, if he does that, now the Western world are calling him. The other day, they say the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, called him to find out. Nigerians should ask, did Kamala Harris ever call when people are slaughtered anywhere in the north? Anywhere in the north? They care for us. Or Macron calls us, calls the president. They don't care for us. They don't care for Nigerians. They care for what is on the ground. And we need to be very, very careful. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be very careful and not drag Nigeria into this proxy war between NATO and the Soviet and Russia in Niger. And Wagner are coming to Niger, just like they are in Libya, in Sudan, in Mozambique, in Guinea, in Mali. And the moment they get into Niger, they are after resources. And the most important resource is uranium. Niger has the 7th largest deposit of uranium that France has been exploiting since independence. And you see the penury, see the poverty in Niger. The second thing is we have this trans-Saharan pipeline that is built to be piped from Warri through Niger up to Algeria, to stop in Algeria and then go into Morocco and Tunisia to Europe. This is a very, very important pipeline for Europe and the United States as an alternative, because Russia during this Ukraine war is blocking supply of gas to them. So this is very, very important. The United States is there not for God, country, or the love of Nigeria or Niger. They are there because of the resources. France, we know France has been there. France has never loved democracy. We need to be very careful. At a time, and I wrote it in that letter, in that piece, at a time when African Francophone countries like Burkina Faso, like Mali, they are severing their ties with France. Our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu is being dragged into being their ally.
Prof.
They can never be good allies.
Prof, today is the deadline that ECOWAS has given, and you are saying forget about military intervention. Would this not amount to a loss of face, not just for Nigeria, but for all the other countries, considering the fact that our Chief of Defense Staff, General Musa, is even the chair of the ECOWAS chiefs, defense chiefs? How do we live with that? What will look like an embarrassment, or if you like, disgrace, because the coup leaders in Niger, they've been snubbing Nigeria routinely.
No, Ruben, we have never had issues with Niger. During the civil war, Niger was a very important ally when Cote d'Ivoire and Gabon were against us, when France was against us. Niger has always been a steadfast ally of Nigeria. We've never had issues with them. We've never fought them. We go in there, we will see the father and mother of banditry and Boko Haram like we've never seen. Forget faces. It's not our ego or the face of the president or anybody. It's about Nigeria and about the lives we are going to commit to battle. This is the most important. This is not well thought through. This is misguided and will not be accepted by people, especially we here in the north that live in close proximity to this war. These are our flesh and blood. They are our people. They've done nothing to us. They are our allies. You go to Zamfara, you go to Katsina, you go to Niger, you go to Borno State. They have been helping villagers when bandits come. And over 300,000 of Nigerians are IDPs in Niger Republic. from all of these conflicts. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, instead of starting a fresh war, we want you to close these wars. Boko Haram, 14 years. Banditry, 9 years. We want you to give marching orders to the military. We want this Boko Haram and banditry to end and end now. It can be done. We don't want it to be a forever war. Our societies have been devastated. Economies devastated. Our schools, hospitals, infrastructures devastated. You are starting another war and you expect us to support you? Why?
Okay.
We voted for you. That is we, not I. I didn't vote for you. Those that voted for you to bring peace to our land. We want you this year to bring an end to Boko Haram and banditry instead of opening another battle front in Niger Republic. That is your mandate from Nigerians, not ECOWAS.
Well, Prof, you've been talking about proxy war. Russia and NATO, you kept mentioning them. Well, France is also at the center of this. France, Germany, the US, they have military bases in Niger. And some people have been saying, why did they fold their arms and allow the coup to take place? That's one question. But specifically the role of France. You said France doesn't like democracy. Well, there has been a rebellion against France in Niger and also in Mali. The coup leaders in Mali have just decided to cancel about 11 agreements that they signed with France in 1961, including France having control over their external reserves and also, having the first right of refusal over mineral resources in the country. Is this the beginning of the end for France in West Africa, or it may not go that far?
We hope and pray it is. All these colonial powers should leave these colonies alone, should get out of their colonies. They've been exploiting their resources. Look at all the Francophone countries. Very rich in natural resources. Nothing to show. What are they doing there? What have they benefited from their being there? And France is now coming to tell us, oh, it loves democracy. And the United States, that it has no business being around here, has bases with over 1,000. They have about 1,100 soldiers there with drone base. They are watching over all the Sahel. They are saying they are after terrorists and Islamists. And France has troops there. They moved their troops that were kicked out of Mali into Niger. We are in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Niger Republic, that no war should come to them. We will be the ones who are going to suffer in northern Nigeria, and we are not going to give any support to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to commit our forces to this unguided and unjustified war. I cannot be any more clearer than this.
Okay. Let me go back to the Constitution. What if President Tinubu, backed by Nigeria's National Defense Council, decides to go ahead? What will be the implications? Because the Constitution's sub 5, section 5, says, notwithstanding the provisions of section 4 of this section, the President, in consultation with the National Defense Council, may deploy members of the armed forces of the Federation on a limited combat duty outside Nigeria if he is satisfied that the national security is under imminent threat or danger, provided that within 7 days he will now seek the consent of the Senate. So what if he goes ahead in a limited sense?
Right.
What will be the implications?
Good. One thing. Nigeria's national security is not threatened. It's not under threat. Neither the president nor his military chiefs have come and convinced Nigerians that our national security is under threat. It isn't. We see no reason. We see no evidence to show that.
My people, now the video now on a new watch finish so. On a see what happen for inside the video. Alright, my people. I would like to end the video for you. Make una let me know waiting on a thing for the comment section. and if una never subscribe, make una subscribe so that una no go miss any latest gist wey I dey upload. Now bye bye till I come on our next time. Bye guys, catch you in the next video. Bye guys.